Greetings, aspirants. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to another video of CC concepts of the subject Science and Technology. And today we'll be talking about the concepts augmented reality and virtual reality. And we'll also look at the comparison between those two. First of all, what is augmented reality? Augmented reality is nothing but we are augmenting our reality. We are augmenting our reality with digital elements. So this combines the digital world with the real elements, and the technology is equally suitable for mobile devices as well as desktops. So what is the main benefit or the advantage we get out of it? Here in the augmented reality, we'll be able to have possibility of reflecting digital components in the real world. But how does this technology actually work? Now, if you look at the working of the technology, the AR displays, the augmented reality displays different content, different digital content on the real world. This may be with the help of computer vision, depth tracking, and also mapping with this process, right? Also, all the data can be connected in real time via different cameras or whatever, and processed directly. And this makes it possible for us to view that digital content into the real world. Now we need some special devices. To completely access the functionality of the AR. For example, smart glasses. Smart glasses are often used, which provide data via smart glasses software. So this augmented reality is all about reflecting the digital data onto the real world, right? So we are augmenting the reality with the digital data we have. Now, what are the advantages with the augmented reality? The first advantage is that it enables individualized learning and enhances the learning process, because we are able to get new elements, so that will help us understand better, right? And also it offers wide range of applications that are continuously being still improved, which are under progress. And the technology makes it possible to increase accuracy and efficiency of many other things, of many other technologies. And lastly, the experience or the knowledge can be shared over long distances. So these are the advantages we have with the AR, but we also have some disadvantages, which are the costs are very high of implementation for the AR, and also many devices are only a low level of performance with AR because they are not compatible yet. And the key disadvantage is the lack of user privacy, because we are getting into digital data into real world, and also we are using our data, so there may be lack of user privacy. And if the focus on security is neglected, the introduction of augmented reality can lead into a security breach because of the access we are giving to digital data, right? Now, if you look at the applications with respect to the augmented reality, the first application is that the digital content, we are placing the digital content over the real magazines, which is already working in the printing and the advertising industry. And also, like, whoever wants to translate the text from one language to other language, they use the modern translation apps, which are working with respect to the AR technology. And thirdly, this augmented reality in construction and logistics is an attractive way to increase the efficiency of the employees as well as the business processes. And lastly, this augmented reality is an easy way to get in touch with the customers, colleagues, and also technicians. And it's going to give a real experience, right? Now, talking about the virtual reality, the main difference between the augmented reality and virtual reality is that in augmented reality, we are getting the digital content onto real world. But here we are totally taking the person or the experience into a virtual world. So you can say that we are getting into a simulation. This means that reality or an alternative world is generated graphically, like in a generated simulation. By using appropriate hardware, it is possible for the user to be fully immersed. For example, might be the VR glasses, like virtual reality glasses. Therefore, there are also important differences between AR headsets and VR headsets. Why is the difference needed? Because with the AR headset, we are just giving the digital content onto the real world. But whereas in the VR headset, you are going to take that person into a generated simulation. Also, hardware geared towards VR requires sensory devices that translate the real-time movements and the real-time people or whatever into model reality. Now, how does this virtual reality actually work? See, the focus of the VR is to simulate a new reality, generate a new simulation. By using a VR screen, the user can perceive and interact with the digital world. This requires two lenses, but that is one between the user and the screen. They interpret the movement of the eyes and adapt this individual movement to the virtual reality. And therefore, in this case, extensive hardware is necessary to isolate the user from the real world, Now, talking about the advantages with respect to the virtual reality, same as with the augmented reality, we get the immersive learning experience, which is possible with an interactive environment. And secondly, the users can also explore the virtual world in all its facets, because in augmented reality that is not possible, and also in reality that is not possible. And the education sector is going to benefit because we are going to put student into a simulation so that they'll be able to understand the science or whatever the like theory is better. Now, looking at the disadvantages, a genuine interaction in the virtual environment is not possible because we are putting that person into a simulation. So there is no interaction with the other real world people or the real world places. And it is tempting to transfer one's life completely into the virtual world, because some people might just want to escape the reality, but they'll be living in some other virtual world. So that is not possible for a lifetime, right? And also, even though training and learning in the VR environment is very beneficial, it cannot be completely replaced with the real-time training or the real-time experience. Now, talking about the applications of the virtual reality, in the military, this technology is used for flight simulators or battlefield simulations, because with the help of this virtual reality, they can do it. They can do the they can do the military exercises or the aircraft exercises in the real time, but in a virtual world, right? Also, in sports, digital training devices can help the athletes improve their own performance, and also they can analyze their own techniques. Also, in medicine, virtual reality can be used for post-traumatic stress or anxiety. At the same time, the technology allows the trainee doctors to train the surgical techniques. So now we have seen what is augmented reality, what is virtual reality, how they work, and also the applications. Now let us see the key differences. Firstly, the virtual reality creates an immersive virtual environment, while the AR augments the real world, just augments the real world scene. Virtual reality has 75% virtual, whereas AR is only 25% virtual. This is the second difference. And the third difference is that VR requires a headset device, while AR does not necessarily require, but to get a full experience, you need to get a headset. Also, VR users move into a completely fictional world, while the AR users are still in contact with the real world, but they'll be interacting with the digital elements, right? And also, AR, augmented reality, requires higher bandwidth than the virtual reality. And the last difference is that AR is intended to enhance the virtual world and the real world. Now, what does AR do? AR is mainly intended to enhance the both virtual world as well as the real world. But whereas the virtual reality replaces the real world with a fictional reality, which is primarily to enhance the experience in the games. So these are the key differences or the comparison between the augmented reality and virtual reality. We'll be back again with another video. Thank you.